don't have to think of taxes as the only way to finance Social Security next. It's not very clear for me. And of course, this is my fault. I didn't really get it during the presentation. What else is there to finance the Social Security net if we are not to rely on taxes and therefore give the power to the rich people? Like, it's up to you guys to pay or not. Thank you.
Okay, on your Social Security and so on, government spending on Social Security is accomplished the same way any other government spending is accomplished.
El gasto en la seguridad social por parte del Estado se produce igual que cualquier otro gasto por parte del Estado.
It's keystrokes.
Tecleos informáticos.
If you are a retiree collecting your Social Security retirement money,
si usted es un jubilado que lo que hace es cobrar una pensión,
you can go to the ATM machine at your bank.
Puedes acudir al cajero automático de tu banco.
And you can go into your balance.
Mirar tu balance.
In the US, we're paid on the first of the month.
En Estados Unidos pagamos el primer día del mes.
And you can watch your balance.
Y puedes ver en tu balance, en tu hoja de balance.
Suddenly, $2,000 appears.
Como de repente, $2,000 aparecen.
You're paid.
Te acaban de pagar.
It's a keystroke.
Es un tecleo informático.
They didn't take from somebody else.
No es dinero que hayan obtenido de otra persona.
They keystroked it.
Simplemente lo han tecleado.
What's much more important is the real stuff that you will be buying.
Lo importante son los objetos reales, las cosas reales que vas a comprar con ese dinero.
Taking care of future retirees.
El cuidado de los jubilados del futuro
is not accomplished by taxing or by building up surplus funds.
No se consigue mediante los impuestos o mediante los planes de seguros, los planes de jubilación privados.
It's accomplished by building up your productive capacity over the next 20 or 30 years.
Sino aumentando nuestra capacidad productiva los próximos 20 o 30 años.
So that you can produce enough to feed, clothe, and shelter the elderly.
De manera que podamos producir lo suficiente como para alimentar, dar alojamiento a los futuros jubilados.
Taxing more now just reduces your ability to do that.
El aumento de los impuestos reduce esta capacidad.
Okay. You can pause it now. Go ahead and get us out of this one.
Same story.
So now that we've gone through this, can you all hear me okay? Okay. Now that we've gotten through that, that's one of the top 50 economists in the world right there, Randall Wray, with a translator giving you the other side of this, right?
Yeah.
But the fact is that me, Steve Grumbine, I'm just a regular dude. I'm an activist, and I talk about this stuff all the time. But I said the same exact thing he did almost verbatim. The difference is that I'm a guy that drops F-bombs and doesn't put up with trolls and stuff like that. Randall Wray has got the patience of God, right? I don't. I'm different. I'm wired differently than Randy. That said, that is a guy who is an MMT expert. He is an actual developer of MMT, and he just explained what we just talked about there was Social Security. That is how Social Security is done. That's literally how it's done. That's not MMT. It's just that MMT people seem to be they dig in and learn, right? That's the difference. It's like they don't just take it on face value. They do this. Now for the real punchline. This is the one, because the combination of these two is going to be the rest of what I talk about. I gave another video, and this is a video of Alan Greenspan, the king neoliberal, possibly the worst human being on the planet. Okay. And he is fighting and talking with absolutely the worst Eddie Munster imitator of them all, and Paul Ryan. And Paul Ryan is trying to goad Alan Greenspan into admitting that we should privatize Social Security because the payments are insecure. It could go insolvent. Okay. And so here you got the right wing, and this makes me angry, just for the record. There's a lot of people out there that are just too cool for school. They got this whole, hey, the right wing, the left wing, it's all part of the same bird. It's true when it comes to, the parties, but they're not left and right wing. They're right wing. Both of those parties are right wing parties. Both are pro-business parties. But this idea there's no such thing as a left wing and a right wing, you guys need to get that shit right out of your head. That's not true. There's an ideological understanding of the world around you, and there is a prescriptive understanding of prioritization of people and labor over capital and money markets. So there is an absolute difference, and I absolutely reject the framing of that. There is no such thing as left wing or right wing. It's garbage. Anyway, this right here is the king of all neoliberals, one of the worst human beings on the planet, and Alan Greenspan, simultaneously talking to another evil son of a bitch in Paul Ryan. Listen to this and wait for the punchlines. This one will get you where it gets them all going crazy. Go ahead and play this one.
Having personal retirement accounts is another way of making a future retiree benefits more secure for their retirement. And also, do you believe that personal retirement accounts as a component to a system of solvency does help improve solvency? Because when you have a personal retirement account policy, it's accompanied with a benefit offset. With that feature in place, do you believe that personal retirement accounts can help us achieve solvency for the system and make those future retiree benefits more secure?
Well, I wouldn't say that the pay-as-you-go benefits are insecure in the sense that there's nothing to prevent the federal government from creating as much money as it wants and paying it to somebody. The question is, how do you set up a system which assures that the real assets are created, which those benefits are employed to purchase? So it's not a question of security. It's a question of the structure of a financial system which assures that the real resources are created for retirement as distinct from the cash. The cash itself is nice to have, but it's got to be in the context of the real resources being created at the time those benefits are paid, so that you can purchase real resources with the benefits, which of course are cash.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you heard that, right? Randall Ray said there's nothing preventing us. He even in his video shows a keyboard and says that they just do the keystrokes.
Late last night.
You look over there at, that's okay. You look over there at Alan Greenspan, says the same exact thing. Imagine what strange bedfellows we are when Alan Greenspan tells the truth accidentally because Paul Ryan is lying that much. He's that much of a liar, right? This lie that Paul Ryan told in that video is the lie that you and I and every one of us activists on the left are dealing with, we're fighting with. We're trying to disabuse. But the problem is, and this is, I have so many links that I would love to give you that we just don't have right now. But there is one article in particular by Stephanie Kelton that says, save Social Security from its saviors. Okay. And it's like all the people, oh, let's just raise FICA limits up. Oh, we'll save Social. I want to make sure everybody has some, so I'm willing to pay more, and all these bleeding heart things that make the right wing laugh at us. Okay. You realize all of that is bullshit, but here's what you don't know. And here's what I don't think I gave you enough of. So you're going to have to get it from me, unfortunately, instead of one of the experts. Ultimately, it comes down to the authority to make payments. Okay. So in the law, in the actual verbiage of the law, it gave authority to make payments to this Social Security Trust Fund. Okay. So this trust fund, while it's not anything more than a piece of paper, basically a ledger that says, yep, you went through the turnstile. Yep. Okay, here's your annual report of all the yeps. Okay, and here's the lifelong number of yeps you've done. And so you're entitled to so many yeps at the end of the road, right? Well, in this case, the Social Security Trust Fund simply provides authority to make payments. Unlike Medicaid or Medicare that is paid for at Congress's discretion, there's no authority to pay from the Medicare trust fund or whatever. It's really only in Social Security that the trust fund is the big authority to make payments. But it only authorizes the payment. It in and of itself has no money to facilitate the payment. The payment comes as every other payment comes right from the Treasury. They keystroke every brand new Social Security check that goes out. Every single one is going to be a keystroke into the account of the person who is the recipient. That's it. It's brand new money. And I jokingly say there's no rolled up, fat stacks from Breaking Bad, and there's no hay pennies from Granny from 1919. There's none of that stuff in there. It's 100% every single time new money. So the real issue comes down to the trust fund itself, the concept of the trust fund. This is just another one of those stupid rules that dumb people put in place that kill us later on, like the debt ceiling. The debt ceiling, we've talked about this before, but for those of you who don't know this stuff, there is no such thing as the debt. It's really just the amount of money in the economy. But they put this debt ceiling in there to provide a political ping pong ball that they can bounce back and forth and slow play every possible decision. So just like the stupid debt ceiling, the Social Security Trust Fund, if you want to fix Social Security, end the mirage, end the trust fund, stop this nonsense about the trust fund, and instead of just giving you whatever pittance you've paid in, freaking give people $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month, whatever it is that they determine is required to live in this society. Because that's what you're doing here. You are creating a retirement account that people should be able to ride off into the sunset and not worry about. Okay. And so the amount of money that we could pay every retiree is infinite. We could spend as much as we want, but we got to go back to Alan Greenspan and we got to go back to Randall Wray, who both said we've got to design an economy that ensures the real resources are there. This is why a UBI is such a bad idea. And they're both telling you, because without the real resources for purchase, it's inflationary. And now you've got a scarce thing that's being driven up. So in the sense of Social Security, to fix Social Security, eliminate FICA. Who pays FICA? The rich people pay up to what, 115,000, 130,000, whatever.
Yeah.
The regular people, you and I, most of us are, every penny we earn this year will be FICA taxed to the nth. What could be a more regressive tax than FICA, especially when FICA doesn't actually pay for the benefits? It's just taking money out of your pocket today and doing nothing with it other than shredding it. And then later on giving you the feeling that I've paid into the system and I deserve this money.
All right.
Why not just make it a right and just give it to people?
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.